Dear Heavenly Father, please help us and use us to be the messengers, the visual messengers that you have for your word, Lord, and help us to learn something new, help us to encourage each other, and help us to know that all of this is for your glory. Keep us and cover us. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so the song that the teaching is for is Walk on Water, and it's by Britt Nicole. We will go ahead and talk more about the song. Also, this is a horizontal song. Definitely said that it's a vertical song, but it's a horizontal song. In this song, we are encouraging the congregation in understanding their insecurities. That's what the song is about, like understanding where they're at, understanding their insecurities, but we're telling them that it's possible to go beyond your insecurities and beyond your fears, or whatever the case is. So everybody has their phone, right? I'm going to ask that we look up these Bible verses. If you're like, okay, I'll look up that Bible verse, just like kind of tap your phone in the air to let me know. So the first one is Joshua 1, 5, and 7. I'm just going to look up that one. Thank you, Jared. The next one is 2 Timothy 1, 6, and 8. Thank you, Kyra. Then the next one is James 1 and 3. Thank you, Steffi. And the last one is Philippians 4:13. You got me, or Georgette got me, or Mommy got me? Mommy got me? Or Philippians 4:13. Okay, so I'll give you guys a second to look that up if you don't have it yet. But I do want to say that Walk on Water, the song itself, is most likely from the story Matthew 14:22 to 33. And that's where Peter walked on water to Jesus, and he was focusing on Jesus. Okay, so let's start off. Who has the Joshua 1, 5 through 7 for me?
Yes. Can I read it?
Yes, please. And please tell me what version you're reading in. Just the easy to read version. Okay, go ahead.
No man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land that I swore to their fathers to give them. Only be strong and very courageous, being careful to do according to all the law that Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may have good success wherever you go.
Excellent. 2 Timothy, I don't know if I'm going to say word. 2 Timothy 1, 6, 8. Please read. Oh.
That is why I want you to remember the gift God gave you. God gave you that gift when I laid my hands on you. Now I want you to use the gift and let it grow more and more, like a small flame grows in a fire. The Spirit God gave us does not make us afraid. His Spirit is a source of power and love and self-control. So don't be ashamed to tell the people about our Lord Jesus. And don't be ashamed of me. I am in prison for the Lord, but suffer with me for the good news. God gives us the strength to do that.
Awesome. The next one was James 1, verse 3.
I have New King James Version. Knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience.
Yes. And then the last one is Philippians 4, verse 13.
Okay, I have the easy to read version, and it is verse 13, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through him who strengthens me.
Awesome. Okay, so those are the Bible verses that are the foundation, the basis of this song. So continuing on, I'm going to explain to you the James 1, verse 3. And that one says that faith worketh. That's what we heard in the New King James Version. Faith works. was very important is these two words. But what I want you guys to do is talk to each other and why would faith works? Like what is that, what could that mean? Kind of like a pair share for a quick second. So go ahead and turn to the person next to you and try to give some ideas as to what you think faith works or worketh or produces means. I'm glad you guys were able to discuss and just kind of talk among yourselves as to what this looks like. What I would like to mention is that in the song itself, it says, faith is all you need, and you can walk on water too. And as in Hebrews, it tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for. So I feel like it's saying you have a substantial hope that's going to work towards, that's going to be your motivation towards, that's going to be the thing that you hold on to as you go towards the thing that you're having faith for. Even Pastor Paul tells us to like faith it, you know. So I need everybody to get up and come into space a little bit here. And in this space, I want you to go ahead and give me a movement. It doesn't have to be a circle, you can just kind of stand. And just give me a movement that would show me, and it's going to be one movement. I'm going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, hope. And I want you to show me how you would like substantially hope for something. What that would look like as you embody it, okay? 5, 6, 7, 8, hope. Awesome. Remember your movement, hold on to that movement, because I want you to feel it like you don't move. That's the thing about faith. It's not, the thing is, like, you're not going after a lot of different things. Like, you're holding on to that thing, and that's what we want to, like, tell the audience and the congregation as we go ahead and do this. One thing that I've heard, and as you guys are standing there, like, you're not trying, you know, you're just holding on because you know that's what's coming. And even so, as we were saying, like, faith works, so it creates what we are hoping for, and it keeps that anchor in place. So remember the mood that you are in. Most likely will be it. Okay, thank you. Let me sit down. Okay, so the last part that I want to talk about is Joshua. Joshua, I feel like, was somebody who got encouraged. So that first part is us kind of like, we understand, telling the congregation, like, we understand that there are insecurities, we understand, but you know what? Hold on, right? So this part is where God is saying, like, okay, be encouraged, be strong, be courageous. You know, God encourages him, and he tells him that he's going to be with him. He tells him that he's going to be prosperous because God is with him. And then he also tells him that he's going to be victorious because the King of Glory is with him. And even in the song, there's a line that says, what do you have to lose? And, you know, if we have the King of Glory on our side, then we have nothing to lose. So that is basically a teaching. So this is the last part. I'm going to, as I said before, text you all a question. And I want you to go ahead and answer me back in text. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the song to give you guys some time to think about it, to muddle it over. The question is, what verse encourages you, and how did it bring hope to a situation that you face? So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a second to answer.
You get the cord?
Huh?
You have the cord?
Yes.
Oh.
You look around, stare back, you know the wave of doubt.
reading mine just to let you guys know. If you guys can finish this, okay, you can keep on while I'm reading it. So mine, out of the verses that we did specifically, is Philippians 4:13, because many times I didn't act, I didn't do what God called me to do or what I knew I could do because of fear. But I have learned that by loving and by having a sound mind, which I have also learned, means staying focused on the goal and not myself. And then activating my power, the God-given power, my own authority. Doing all those things are definitely stronger than my fears. So here is another one, 2 Timothy 6, which is verses 6 through 8. I think chapter 1, verse 6 through 8 spoke to me because there were times when I needed hope, and I remembered that God is there and He will always give me hope to carry on, and He will always have my hand and will never let me go. The 4th verse in Philippians, because it pushes me a little more and makes me think deeper about hoping, having faith, and believing. This brought hope to me with dancing more, dancing harder, practicing more, and just pushing me with dance in general. Philippians 4:13, because when I feel that I can't do something, it helps me to think that I can do anything God called me to do. And if I want to do something that I'm not sure that I can do, I just know that God has my back. And if I'm insecure about it, if God wants me to do it, He will let me. And if He doesn't, He won't let me. 2 Corinthians 7:14. That's definitely 2 Chronicles. Thank you. That's it. You wrote it out?
I know, and part of it at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Right now, the world we live in causes me to rely on the Lord. I have no hope in man. I try my best to stay focused in the Lord. Turn from your wicked ways, and He will lead your hand. And then, verse and words, don't be afraid to live. Let your fear fall to the ground. I can now apply to my place in ministry and work. Treading upon the unknown water is not easy but doable. I get uneasy sometimes. Faith produces patience. James 1:3. Philippians 4:13 encourages me every time I feel insecure, fear, or doubtful. It brings me the jewel of hope in the sparkle of strength through encouragement, because in Him I'm reminded that I am His, and I can do better. Awesome. So as you have made your own connections with either the actual Bible verses or with your own Bible verses, but that is what you want to bring forth through the day.